And welcome, everyone.
Podcast.
We are live. Yes, son. What's that?
I'm
Okay.
about to say that it told me that we are live, but I'm trying to
Yes.
find the podcast where it is. Oh, there
So you
it
can
is. I found it.
share it. All right. So today I am talking to Zoe Simone at the age of 16, which is awesome. She's already accumulated 73 international awards for her work with animated films and inspiring art. Zoe was born with I don't want to say a disease or that, but a hiccup in the road, I'll say. She was born with a thing called hydrocephalus. And what that is in the brain produces fluids. And in some of us, and I believe I had the same thing when I was a child, is there's a blockage of the drainage of the fluids and it builds up in your brain and you have problems. But Zoe, being the awesome person that she is, has overcome this and done a heck of a lot more stuff than I have at my age. And she is awesome. So let's talk to Zoe. Hi, Zoe. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. We
I'm
uh
also good.
we got a chance to talk to each other, and you asked to be on the show, and I'm like, heck yeah, let's do it. So
Yeah, I know. But I
so
wasn't expecting you were so handsome.
now you're gonna make my head big. My ego is already
Yeah,
big.
maybe. I have some pictures of myself when I was a baby, but I don't remember where the hell I have them right now.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that you've accomplished a lot of stuff, but let's talk about what you've overcome in your life.
Well, I have overcome with the encephalitis, a lot of bullying, unfortunately. But recently, a recent problem I had was with my nose, chronic rhinitis. It's uh, it's something allergic with
Okay.
the nose. My nose used to be blocked all the time, and then I was like, what the hell? I keep blowing the nose, and I was like, in one pass, chronic rhinitis. But hydrocephalus is way more serious because it enlarges the brain, has lots of things. But I think that problem made me cleverer and stronger.
Yes, definitely. So we noticed that you're into the fashion, you're into art,
Yeah, I'm
and
also model. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell me how that is going for you.
Well, I started modeling about 1.5 year ago with an agent, with a guy named Alfred Niverhoff, who used to be my agent
Okay.
for a while, for I think until December, I think, or until this year, I'm not sure. And I'm a model by Sarostar Holding, which sponsors all my films.
Which films are those? Can you tell us some of the
I'm
titles?
also known. I'm also known for the movie The Clownfish Man, who has
Mhm.
won 19 awards. Maison Magic 3, who has won, I think, 14 awards or something. I didn't count. And one of my recent movies, and now I did one movie and three documentaries. One of my the most recent movie is Maison Magic 4 Exotic Madness, which has won already 5 awards. And now I have made two documentaries. One is about caffeine. Caffeine is an OCP person, which just means oversensitive person. And one documentary about chronic rhinitis. I did this documentary after one day after I was diagnosed with it because I remember all the symptoms and what I've been through. Because that's how I handle things when
Yeah.
I have a problem. I handle it with movies.
Okay. How do you handle it with movies? Do you watch them or do you make them?
Of course, I make them. I
Yeah, that's
like
what I was
to spend time on something I like and use my
mhm.
creativity with it. And this was proven because now I don't have my wall is covered from my words. Just Take a look over there. I don't know if you can see this. Just look what the fuck is going on. And I have some awards over at the other side of the room, but then now I cannot take them. And I also won 2 fashion titles
Okay.
in this for 70, 73 awards. Teen Miss Wow and Teen Miss Continent. Wait, I need to find the shot from Teen Miss Wow. If I find it, that will be a miracle. Ah, there it is. Oh, there you are, not the thing. There it is. Teen Miss Wow. It was my first award.
Okay.
Oh, this is upside down. Sorry. I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
Over there. Teen Miss Wow. I never put this, and I have a crown over there. Or I used to.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing is, it just goes to show you that people that have speed bumps or problems, I don't want to say problems, but problems in their life, they can overcome anything they put their mind to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
quite
example of
stubborn.
that. Mm-hmm.
My
And
God.
I've had so many people talk to me that said, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. I'm like, why can't you? You
Why
need to
can't
start.
you? Good
Yeah,
question.
you got to
I
start
was
thinking, why
planning one
can't I?
day to win a photography award in the music award, and I won for photography awards and a couple for music, and I have them behind me.
Mm-hmm. And it's like I said, it just goes to show you that you can overcome any problem that you have, and they're not problems.
Right.
They're just things that you have to think of to how to accomplish this. What instead of thinking, oh, why can't I? Why can't I? Why can't I? Just think of how can I? How can I? How can I?
Right.
And so tell us a little bit about your filmmaking, your actual animated films.
Well, I started films when I was 12 years old with a target always to film real life movies, but with the years, I ended up to love animation to become part of my life because animation has become for me. How can I say this now? Animation for me is more real
Yeah.
because you don't see the same actor. For me, you see different characters. You don't see the same person. Even if you hear the actor, you don't see him. You see another character, especially if the acting is perfect. You see other person. So that's why I love animation. It's other planet.
Do you use some of the people in your real life as your characters?
Yes, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Do they
And I
know
have
that?
one greatest inspiration about that person. One
Yeah.
of my greatest inspirations, too. I will talk about 2 people. One of my greatest inspirations is my math teacher who has alopecia and a lazy eye, but he's the greatest person I have ever met. We are all here, and that person is voicing his character. As when I told him he was going to become a character, he was happy, and he was happy, he loved it, and he won one award for best actor. I
Oh,
was
that's
like, what the hell did I do to this person? Now he will have an acting award without.
awesome. Do the
And
people that do other people that you use know that they're in the film?
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
And
they're all
also, one of my other inspirations, who is a great friend of mine, is Alan Cooper, who comes from United Kingdom, and he's a great actor and a great friend. We have done 2 films together, a couple of films together, and it was and now we are working on a movie together. Alan Cooper is a man from London, United States, and he is way older than me. He's 73 or something, I think,
okay.
but he's a good person. I'm amazed at how we have so many similarities with Alan because we have different ages, but maybe. And I have noticed I cannot communicate so much with people at my own age, and I can communicate only with the people who are older than me.
Yeah. I always say one of my sayings I tell people is you're only as old as you act. And that's true because I know people that are my age, and I'm old. Oh, am I old? And
How old you did?
but I know people that are my age that act like children, act like
Yeah,
12-year-olds. I mean, and life is too short for that. I know
yeah,
you're only 16. You got your whole life ahead of you, and you're already have 73 awards. You're inspiring people. You have all these films that people are watching that are enjoying the films, and so you're making people happy. So you have your whole life ahead of you. And I know people that are my age that, granted, I mean, I don't act old at all, but they don't have many years left. So they have to make the best of them. And I say, it doesn't matter how old you are, no matter if you're 12 or if you're 88, you have to make the best of your life. And you,
yeah. My friend, I'm amazed. Yeah, about let's go back to my best friend. My friend Alan, I'm also amazed with him because he's a great person and he still has much energy inside him. Like maybe he is 74 or something. He's still doing it with passion. He's still doing things he likes. He's still dreaming. He's still a happy person, and I'm really proud to know him. And we are just we knew each other for almost 2 years or something. And but if you meet us, you will feel like we know one for a whole life.
yeah. And you make friendship through your work.
Yeah, that's
Lasting
true.
friendship.
I have met through many people through my films. One of my recent interviews was with one of my actresses, Michelle. Michelle. I can't remember the last name right now,
Mhm.
but she's voicing a German in Sarah films. And I have done also interview with her. She's in Tennessee, I think, or something. And we have done. We are great friends with her. I just love her. Shout out to my friend Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Yes. And that's what's so great about the power of the internet is we can connect each other throughout the whole world. Doesn't matter what time. I mean, I don't know if I should have noticed mentioned at the beginning of the show is you're in Greece. You're in the
Yes, yeah, I'm in Greece,
beautiful
but I'm
land.
planning to go to UK.
Uh-huh. And I'm here in Toledo, Ohio. It's
Ohio.
10 o'clock in the
I'm
morning
trying
here.
to learn the accent. Don't mind me.
It's 10 in the morning here where it's 6 o'clock there.
No, it's 5 o'clock.
Is it 5? Okay, sorry. But that's the power of the internet is we can connect with each other and change
Right.
other people's and change our lives and change other people's lives through the internet. This is a great thing. It's a great time we're living in.
I have to say one thing about one of my movies. My
Yes.
next movie has many countries inside, like all my movies do, but this movie is a mix totally. Has Iceland, Jamaica, USA, France, and Jamaica, Jamaica, Iceland, which are two total different countries. In Iceland, it's always cold, and in Jamaica, it's always hot. So a mix, crazy mix.
Mix up the world, make it all one great world.
Yeah,
Now, when you do your films, are you now they're animated, right? It's
yeah.
animation on the computer. Do you collaborate with other people as in do people come over to a certain location and you work together or do you work together online and then look
We
at each
work
other's
together
stuff?
online.
Okay. And then
We are working together online.
yeah, and then you would look at something and say you want this changed, you want this changed. Is that how that works?
No, 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 no. I do the animation myself. Now, if acting is a problem, then we fix that. But
Okay.
mostly I do the animation. But sometimes I'm thinking to use real life animation and real life and animation. Because I have a video on my profile, I think, but it's all somewhere hidden. And I must look for it, which is animation. And in the future, I'm planning to do real life animation.
Okay. Sort of like that's very interesting because people aren't using that often.
Hmm.
So tell us a little bit about I know that growing up it was a struggle for you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I know that, and this is unfortunate, but people do bully. And tell me a little bit about how you overcome that. How did you overcome the people bullying you? And now you can look back at them and go, see, look at me now. Just look at me now.
Yeah,
But how did
yeah.
you overcome that?
Some people used to bully me with the words. For example, tell me that I'm a bitch. For example, or tell me I'm dirty. These were happening, especially when I was selected first time to participate in a festival here in Greece. Too many bad words. I was 14 when I participated at the first festival, or 13, I think. But I think 13.
Okay.
And now I'm
And
almost 17. It's been like
yes.
3.5 years.
And I know that mentally it sometimes affects you. Did that affect you in any way?
Depends.
Yeah. It makes you stronger.
Eh, depends. Depends.
Yeah.
But I always remember that these people will never go higher.
Hmm.
No Ohio. They will not go higher.
But it's almost like they saw what they want to be in you and they lashed out because of that.
Maybe.
And now you are showing them that you can overcome that and look at all the awards and that you have won. You're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're making the films.
Mm-hmm.
You're inspiring people.
Yeah, of course. Sorry. It
And you're
was my
tearing up
golf.
your house.
No, it was the golf. That one. It fell
Oh,
down.
tell our listeners what that's used for.
Yes, if you try to tease me, I'm sorry, but you won't be alive if you get this on the head.
She keeps a little golf club with her as a persuader
But I
to
mostly play table tennis. It's my favorite.
yeah.
Play table tennis. I'm good at it.
Oh yeah.
Mm, it's my favorite, but I always wanted to try golf, so I bought
Hmm.
it.
It's a good sport. I tried it. I'm no good. I'm terrible at it. But that doesn't matter, right? As long as you have fun.
Yeah. I also play three instruments, but I also compose on music, compose on my monitor, on my PC.
And once again, it's people are put in a situation where they have like hydrocephalus or other
Hydrocephalus, I just call it hydrocephalus for some reason.
yeah, and you can either sit down and do nothing or you can rise above and become like Zoe who has risen above all the issues that she was dealt and
Mm-hmm.
she's just like nope, not dealing with it. I'm moving on. I'm making a better life with her new glasses.
It's my first interview with these glasses.
I I was always
Good.
afraid to wear my glasses because of the reflections, but it's I can see that the reflection doesn't matter. It's not
Yeah,
showing up in here.
by the way, when I was trying to my new glasses, when I was taking pictures, I was seeing my phone, and then it had the yellow on the. It had the screen for my glasses was green. Green.
Okay.
Did you notice that? I was taking the first picture I got with glass because I see when I take pictures, I see green here. Even at the monitor, I see different things when I
Hmm.
take pictures.
I know before the interview you mentioned that you are into ghosts. Do you like the paranormal, ghost hunting and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah, of course. My life. I love horror movies that have to do with that and
Hmm.
have to do with things that are not normal. So that's why in my movies I'm always trying to create paranormal creatures. Like, for example, I had a character with wings, which was voiced by Michelle from Tennessee, and it was I just love paranormal. It's a different world.
It is. It's like your with their movies. It's a different world. You can create anything that you want.
Yeah, I have a character who is made out of mud. And his name is Approvis, but he's going to appear maybe at my next movie.
What's his superpower?
He's mostly being made out of mud. He's
Uh-huh.
doesn't have even he doesn't have eyes. He can see still.
Sees with his mind.
Yeah, you can say it like that.
What are some of the
I
other
have
characters?
even created at
Yeah,
my latest film. You can see a monster stripper at the monster strip club.
a monster strip club.
Mm. I like strip clubs. I have to admit,
Okay.
especially if they are horror.
So a lot of your characters are going to end up that way.
Since I'm crazy, you cannot expect.
Yeah,
You can expect anything from this brain.
it's always going.
Always, especially at night, I cannot sleep.
Yeah.
No, it's always things.
Well, Zoe, I really appreciate you coming on. I had
Thank
a
you.
really good time talking with you. Can you tell our listeners where they can find your movies?
Okay, they
And
can find my movies if they Google the movie The Clownfish Man, and they can see the rest of my movies there because my channel is there. My channel's name is ZSR for my name, Zoe
okay,
Szymon. But the reason I'm trying to Google a movie of mine is because if you Google the channel name, you will not find it. It's a problem. I don't know why.
hmm, that's a shame. Now, what about your future? What does your future hold? Are you going to? I know that you're going to stick with your movies and stuff, but are you going to expand into anything
In
else?
art in general, I'm planning to do drawing photography because I still do that, and
Okay,
I want people to recognize it because I don't want them all to recognize my films, but they also want me to recognize my other skills because I have other skills as well: photography, painting. Yeah, I had a portrait, a supporter who got awarded the Clownfishman portrait, which I was later became a movie, who became my most awarded movie. Oh, sorry, my monitor died.
that's okay. There you go. And other than that, are you
In my
thinking?
life, I don't plan to do one thing, but many.
Yes. Are you going to write a book, or are you going to do anything like that?
I'm also planning to move when I go somewhere else. I
Yes.
also like to learn languages.
Yes.
I'm
And
passionate about learning languages and different cultures. Now, for example, I'm learning a lot about India. I used to learn the Indian language, which is very fun. And to learn something, I used to, when I was learning Hindi, to learn it, I used to paint my name with paint. I was writing my name with paint. I
okay.
must have reported somewhere in the room at my studio at the other room. It's like behind my room exactly.
And that's
But
what
it's one one uh, one road away.
you that's one thing I really like about you is you can learn anything that you put your mind to, and you have done this so much. You've learned so many different things, and you've risen above everybody. You're very, very smart.
And I'm quite stubborn to learn something, so you can't get it out of my mind. If I want to learn something, I'm quite stubborn to learn it.
Yes. All right, Zoe. Well, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate our time together, and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing more of your work. I'm looking forward to
Sure.
seeing a lot more of the stuff that you're
Hey, hey,
doing.
hey! Before I close the
Yeah.
podcast, before we close,
Yes.
stop.
Okay.
Would you like to be part of my next movie? There are roles available.
Yes, I would.
Of course, I will message you after about that.
You have a character
My
of
granny decided to open the
uh,
window now since we are finishing the interview.
it is a beautiful day
Why?
here too. All right. Well, thank you, And
You may say it passing at the background. I think you saw her before, but I didn't notice. It was passing. She's
yes,
always. If you see my other interviews, she's passing like a mouse. Like
to see what's going on.
yeah,
Tell
it
her to
was
come
just
back. Tell her to
curious.
come and
She's
do his
very very
interview.
curious.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, and I will talk to you later.
I
Bye.